My mom always made my Halloween costumes, and I really wanted to be Ariel from The Little Mermaid. And so she made that whole costume. I had this big fin, and we had a freak snowstorm that year. And so I had a parka on, and then like a tan bodysuit, and then the shell bra. So it was really, really puffy. And the fin, you could not walk in it. And so actually her and her friend had to like get on either side of me and hoist me up the stairs to houses.
When I was in 9th grade, I did not get the memo that Halloween costumes were supposed to be sexy. So I was a really hideous cave woman with real chicken bones in my hair.
I'm actually the kid who didn't care a whole lot about Halloween because I started off my life as a performer. There was lots of sequins, there was lots of glitter hairspray, there was lots of silver tap shoes and sequins flying everywhere.
I dressed up as a person who had been windblown, and I went out and it was a stormy, windy night. So I just looked like a completely drenched idiot without an umbrella.
When I was four or five, I lived in Hawaii. So my parents they weren't gonna buy me a costume. They thought, you're only 4, so they thought, well, we'll dress you up in your sister's hand-me-downs and you can go as a little girl.
A company came out, seemed like a great idea, Halloween costumes that were these inflatable like space monster heads that you would wear over like as a hat. And you would paint your face the color of this, so it's like the neck, and then you had a cape and the claws. Great, easy, fun. The reason you have never seen these kids again is because the company did not think to ask whether the face paint would wash off. The green eventually came away before I had to go back to school after a lot of scrubbing, but my brother went around looking jaundiced for almost a week.
I created a giant carton of popcorn that I wore around myself with straps over my shoulders. It was red and white striped, and I had actually stapled big bags of popcorn to the inside of it, and people ate out of me all day long.
Halloween is my favorite holiday of all time. If I could replace every holiday ever with Halloween, I would. Among my favorite Halloween costumes that I've done would be Snow White, Effie Trinket, Lizzie Borden, and Ursula, my absolute favorite.
A homemade pizza costume, but it was not anything cool. It wasn't stitched or anything like that because I made it myself. I think I was in 5th grade, and it was made of cardboard. So it was these big pieces of cardboard, kind of like the sandwich boards you see people walking around with on the street, and I decorated a giant pizza full of little monster eyes and things like that, and I was very proud of it.
I was 13 years old, and 13 is the time when you start to realize that your Halloween costume should be kind of cool. It's when all the girls at school start to wear sexy costumes or things that make them feel attractive. So of course I was a witch, and I was a witch with this enormous hooked nose, and I put this huge like mole on the side of the nose, and I wore a costume that was this huge A-line black shiny thing. And so when I stood up there in front of the class, there was like the French maid and the princess and the witch. And it's just a tribute to my social ineptitude that I didn't realize what kind of costume was the one I should have come to school with that day.